Broad City Broads with Hannah, she, her,
and Jesse, they, she.
This is a Broad City rewatch podcast where we go episode by episode analyzing Abbi and Ilana's crazy shenanigans.
Before we get into our typical episode content, we just wanted to give some background on something recent we got to do, which was we got to go see Ilana at her stand-up show.
Woo! Yes, we did. We had to put it in because we didn't want too much time to pass since we got to go.
Yes.
Yes.
Hannah and I made these dresses that actually are on our Instagram already.
Yeah.
Y'all follow us of Abbi's blue dress. We had our friend Elena draw it for us. She's awesome. She also did our logo. And we put them onto these like white t-shirt dresses.
Yes, it was great.
And then when we were buying merch, this person was like, let me take a photo of you. And Hannah, you heard her say like,
yeah, for Ilana. And you were like, no way, you're crazy.
Yeah, I didn't hear that because the person...
And then we saw her walk on stage, you turned to me, you're like, oh, you're right. I'm like, yeah, I know.
I know, because like there were two people at the merch table. One had no name tag. The other's name tag said volunteer. So I'm like, there's no way they know Ilana. But no, she's like on tour with Ilana.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Anyway, she showed Ilana, and I guess Ilana liked it because we were on her Instagram story.
And we got an @ for Abbi Jacobson, so...
It was perfect timing because Abbi's like auctioning off her blue dress.
It was announced the day that we went to see Ilana, which is wild. And we got so much love for our outfits, too.
From the folks at the show.
Yeah, everywhere else we got looks.
Looks. On our looks.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, it was really cool being around people who are also Broad City fans.
Yeah.
We put out some stickers to people.
Yeah, who are all ecstatic to hear about it. Most people I tell about it haven't really heard of it, or if maybe heard of it but haven't seen it.
The show,
so, yeah.
That was super cool. And it was like, honestly, so awesome just being in the same room as Ilana.
Yeah. It is wild because, like, I don't know, you watch so much about this person. It's kind of weird. Like, you know so much about them, but they don't know you and just, yeah, I don't know.
And then you're just like, oh, this person's real.
Yeah, it's like a fake.
Honestly, I was worried someone was going to rush the stage when she came out.
Really?
Yeah, I don't know. She's so close.
Yeah, there are wackos out there. I'm sure there's a lot of security. I wasn't really paying attention to that, but these days.
Good. It was so good.
Yes. Important update for the Petite Waynes. We had to let you all know.
Yes, and I mean, she added some fall tour dates, so y'all should see if Ilana's coming to where you live, so you can go see their show.
Yeah. Whoop, whoop.
Just a quick side note before the start of our episode. We were really excited about this recording because we were using 2 microphones, which was new for us. And at the end of the recording, we realized that our program was actually pulling our audio from the internal computer microphone rather than the 2 microphones we had plugged in. So it's not as great quality as what we will have in future episodes. But today's episode is Season 1, Episode 6, Stolen Phone. Directed by Lucia Agnello, who we love, written by Chris Kelly. And Chris has been nominated for 8 Emmy Awards.
Oh, man.
Did you know this?
I did not.
He was co-head writer on Saturday Night Live and won the Peabody for his work. During his time at SNL, he also wrote on 3 seasons of Broad City.
Wow.
I had first episode with him writing.
Amazing.
You know the hours of an SNL writer.
Yeah.
I'm like, how could you have a
Find
second
the
job?
time, yeah.
You just got no sleep.
I feel like those are people who are just, like, so into the work. Like, they love it so much. You have to love it.
Clearly he's good at it. I mean,
yeah.
He's won a bunch of awards.
He's okay.
It aired on February 26, 2014. It's
Basil's birthday! Oh my gosh.
Basil is my housemate's dog, but I claim her as mine also.
I mean, as you should. She's a cutie.
She's cute.
Jesse really, really loves Basil.
I treat her like my child.
I would say step up from a child, if anything.
So, like, grandkid.
Yeah, Basil has grandkid status.
Mm-hmm.
Treats all day.
Treat.
You did get her an advent calendar for Christmas.
A dog treat advent calendar.
So
She loved it. So do you have the summary?
I do. My sum up is both Abbi and Ilana meet the man of their dreams, and in Ilana's case, her sexual partner, and all is well until Abbi loses her phone and Ilana goes to his improv show.
Good sum up. So the episode opens with Abbi and Ilana on the couch at Ilana's apartment.
Yes.
So we kind of get to see her space now.
I know. See, I feel like Ilana's always more colorful in clothes generally, but her apartment seems more subdued than Abbi's. And that might just be like Abbi wants everything to be in place and like look a certain way. But I feel like, and it could have just been like nighttime, but it felt like less colorful and vibrant. Like the main living room part. Maybe
Abbi, as like an artist, is a bit more particular about her space looking like creative.
Yes.
Cares more about it.
Yes. And I think she is much more of a homebody.
True. Like Ilana's probably never home.
Yeah.
I bet it's all Jaime stuff.
In the living room for sure.
Yeah, like it's not.
Ilana has the sticker door.
Yeah.
And then, like, her room collages and stuff.
Uh-huh.
But yeah, I agree.
I mean, she did have, like, that cat pillow.
Yes.
And a massive, like, water bottle
thing.
Cut out.
Which, like, I feel like that was just, like, stolen from somewhere.
Probably.
You know?
And she added stickers on it or something?
Yeah. That's what I
That
think.
seems Ilana. That seems like Ilana editions.
Yes.
So basically, they're on the couch, and then Abbi notices that a friend from high school friended her on Facebook.
Yes.
Just hilarious. We don't use Facebook these days.
No, it's not a thing anymore. Also, I feel like it is funny because now friending someone, even like on Instagram, like people would already be friends with their high school friends on Instagram already. The storyline wouldn't happen. It would be like, oh, he DM'd me or something. It would be a different, I don't know what it would be.
A slightly different scenario.
Yeah.
So I guess the friend from high school, Abbi always had a crush on him.
Yeah, and we all know that no one wants to friend you after business hours unless they want to hook up.
Unless they want to hook up, according to Ilana, right?
Yeah, on Facebook. Also, like, you shouldn't be using Facebook when you're working, if you think about it. They can work from home.
They definitely were on Facebook at work.
Yeah, no, they were, but...
other people?
Yeah, you're in the office. People can see.
I don't know. I guess he just moved to New York City, and Ilana is freaking out because he likes Roseanne.
Yeah.
It's like an 80s sitcom. I don't really understand. Did you understand?
She was kind of...
Like, that's a good sign.
Canceled, right?
Well, after the episode.
Yeah, but I mean, like, now, I don't... Okay, I'm just making sure I'm thinking of the same one.
Yeah, she was canceled.
I just assumed that it was one that Abbi liked. That it's like, oh, you guys have one small thing in common.
I was like, is it like a progressive show? Like, what's a good sign about it? But it was an 80s sitcom of a working class family, so I don't know.
I guess we'll never know.
Ilana's like, this is your new sexual partner. The way she says that.
Yeah, it was the way and the phrasing. An interesting phrase, but amazing. Oh, so good.
Yeah, like, oh, maybe someone you could date.
Yeah.
This is your new
sexual partner. Yeah, and Abbi goes for it, which is awesome. And she thinks so, too.
They
both think
Abby's
it's awesome.
into it.
Abbi is... What Amelia Earhart did for women is equivalent to what Abbi has just done. They're feminist heroes.
Amelia asked. She was told no, but she did it anyways. And she died.
But she did it, though.
But she died doing it.
Yeah. So they get excited. They're pumped up. I mean, they're doing a lot for womankind, I think, in there. They're feeling good.
Yeah, they are. Well, it's funny because in Abby's book,
yes,
I might regret this.
Yes, I don't say anything.
Abbi does ask out friends of hers. Like, she writes about asking out like guy friends and stuff.
She starts going for it. Mm-hmm. But it is interesting that is like years after this show, when that was made. I don't think she would have been doing that. Like Abbi in real life.
I don't know.
Maybe.
The book definitely came out later, but
I got the impression from the book that was like a newer. I'm going to start going for it. Like, if I want something in life, I'm going to go for it. A good philosophy to have.
So Abbi and Ilana are like getting on a roll now.
Yeah, they're asking out a bunch of people.
Like 36 guys.
Yeah.
And
one lady. Okay, also, before we get on that, she asked out a 20-year-old.
I know.
She used to babysit for.
I know. That's a no. I don't think that works.
That's a no-no.
If he was 20, fine. But you babysat him?
No. Also, no offense, 20-year-old. I just feel like it's like place in life. Very different.
Yeah. If he's in college.
Yeah.
And she's working.
But the babysitting. Like, imagine going to your parents and being like, someone used to babysat for me, ask me out.
It's rough.
rough. He said no, though, we learned.
Right? Which makes it even worse, honestly.
No, it does. Yeah, because they were rejected by 36 guys
and one lady.
They're defeated. They're feeling bummed, but they don't give up.
Nope.
Well,
they also, the guys they're going for.
Oh, well, Ilana's... I think Ilana's are always interesting. But that one guy, which is like, I met him at a hardware store, he was disgusting.
Yeah.
The guy was
the look on her face looks good.
Oh, no, she's into it.
How is he disgusting? Why are you using that word?
No, Ilana's into it, though.
Oh, she's definitely into it.
Whatever it may be.
Some guy would, like, steal a car to come up for the night to be with Ilana. One guy Abby's into had a unibrow, but when he waxed it, it was like, glasses off, she's all that.
You're gorgeous.
You're gorgeous. Have you seen that movie? She's all that.
I don't even think I have, but I know it.
The concept.
Yes.
Yeah, it's a good one. So they were rejected by 26 guys, one lady. And
36.
What did I say?
26.
Oh, 36. And they conclude that the internet's so 90s.
Yeah.
They can find guys IRL.
Yeah. Abbi, you can just say in real life the same number of syllables.
Another example of Ilana being like so woke, or not woke, but hip in
Aware.
this case.
Yeah.
Hip. That it's like,
I'm gonna say it, but like
does not apply.
The lingo.
So Abbi and Ilana end up at the bar Swine,
mm-hmm.
which was her place.
Ooh.
But they went out of business, sadly, in 2017. Okay. So they're not there anymore. But it was a bar called Swine, and that's where they shot the scene.
I wonder if they got like more people coming there after.
Well, it was interesting. I did notice in this episode, it felt like they really showed the locations they were at.
They did.
Whereas, like at the Jane sandwich shop, they changed the name. Like it wasn't even a sandwich shop. They didn't show really the location.
Mm-hmm.
But this time they like spent a second on each place. Like, this is the street name or this is the sign.
Yeah. I did notice that as well, but I didn't make that connection with Swine specifically. Interesting.
I don't know if they like got a cheaper deal if they
maybe
did that or
it was like free advertisement. Also, place like where they are at in the city is really important for this episode.
Yeah, that's also true.
Like knowing where they are, like the distances between and stuff.
So having real places.
Yeah. Or places like people would know.
Yeah.
That's something to keep looking at in the future.
Yeah. Well, I loved that this scene, you can see the dichotomy of Abbi and Ilana flirting.
Like so shockingly different.
Not shocking though, right?
It isn't, but
very different.
Yeah.
Yeah, Abby's like very innocent, talking about like dial tones and
where she's also like kind of like awkward. Like you can tell she's nervous. She brings up being in Philadelphia, like being in the movie Philadelphia. And she's like, yeah, I knew about AIDS before a lot of my friends. Like she like stumbles over her words.
I was trying
brings up topics that you shouldn't be bringing up.
She definitely is awkward.
Yeah.
And I actually was trying to figure out if Abbi person was an extra in the movie.
I did too. I couldn't find anything.
Yeah, because I don't think you get credit if you're an extra.
No, and I even tried to look up like to see if she had ever talked about it. I didn't see anything. I'm not saying it didn't happen, but
I couldn't find anything either. But I hope it's true.
I do too.
Because she is from Philly, so it is.
No, I thought the same thing. Because that would be a fun snippet to add if it was true.
Right? Yeah. She's like, well, I don't got the IMDb credit, but I'll get credit here.
People will know.
Yeah.
I
was an extra.
Yeah, and then you see Ilana, who's just like not even really seem interested in this guy at all, just like looking at pictures of Abbi. It's as if she's like a mom or like a dad or grandparent or something who's like showing off their kid and has like doesn't care at all that the other person is clearly not interested. Like, Abbi and outdoor lighting. Like, and he's obviously not into it.
And I like when she says, we're best friends. It's like cool, you know?
Yes. I love
Was that like, you know when people humble brag, was it that kind of thing? Or was it like convincing herself?
I think she Abbi truly is like, it's so cool. Like she just loves Abbi so much.
Or was it like, who were up to her like they would be dating? But she's like, it's like cool, you know? Like we're best friends.
Oh! Okay, I didn't hear it that way, but I understand what you're saying now.
But I wasn't sure which way it would go.
Maybe that's part of it. You could take it whichever way you want.
Yeah.
Because, like, she could very well mean it either way. Or both ways.
Yeah.
Or, like, at a different time mean one or the other. That's a funny take on it. I didn't hear that, but I do now.
You see where...
Yeah, totally.
I got that, yeah.
Oh, Ilana.
Ilana, always pumping up Abbi.
Yeah, and then Abby's, talking to this other guy about the dial tones. He's into it, though.
He's into it.
Yeah.
He asked for her number.
Mm-hmm.
And I love that when she's putting it into the phone, Ilana, like, sneaks up behind him.
Yeah, freeze, asshole, don't move, don't breathe.
When did you get that tested?
Last week. Oh, it's actually amazing. She's impressed.
Yeah. That is recent.
It is very recent.
Mm-hmm.
And
Abby doesn't notice.
She gives him, like, instructions.
Right. She's gonna need to shower. Just give her some time.
Yeah. Like she's dropping off like a kid or something.
Yeah.
Too involved of a parent, but yes.
Right. More than Abby would like.
Yeah.
Well, then now Ilana makes it awkward. She's like, you can have sex with him.
And Abby does the, like, talk aloud to get you to stop. Okay! Like,
claps her hands, like, all right, Ilana.
Yeah. Like, let's move on.
Just not a smooth transition.
No. It very rarely is. Abby doesn't handle it well. She handles situations badly, generally speaking. Ilana does not normally make any situation, like, easy for Abby.
Yeah. I feel like Abby is unintentionally awkward, and Ilana just makes things awkward.
Yes, and then Abby handles them awkwardly. But then in other ways, it's like they lift each other up so much, so it is funny to see. And then, Abby, are you getting up on the ping?
Oh.
Look at the code. Ilana's not done.
No, sir.
No, that was something.
Loved it.
Her facial expressions and like tongue and just
pursed lips, eyes squinting. But it takes her like 0.5 seconds to find a guy.
It takes her no time at all. Like, two guys are not into it. The other dude is very into it.
She's not phased at all when the guys are... Or no. She's just like...
doesn't care at all.
All right.
The thing is, if you're phased at all by that, you wouldn't
do that approach.
You, like, literally couldn't. Yeah, no, she doesn't care.
And when Tyler's into it, I love her pose, like, yeah! Like, two hands crossed, like, yeah!
Yes. Oh my gosh.
He just walks out.
I mean, they clearly found their equal, right?
He definitely seemed different in the bar when he was, like, leaned over and his hair was on his face. And then he seemed different in the apartment, to me.
Yeah,
when they go there. Like, I think it was just his hair was so, like, floppy in his face.
Yeah, I do think so. And maybe they want him to look like he was doing, like, model poses. Like, it gave off more like Zoolander model vibes, though. So then Abby is at the bar with, his name is Ben.
Who's he played by?
Tom Lipinski. Yes. And Tyler is played by Luke Gulden.
Oh, Luke Golden.
Golden.
Guldan. So Ben says to Abby, like, after he gets her number, you're not one of those hot girls who says she'll text, but never does.
Yes.
And Abby is looking behind her.
For another
like,
woman.
Who are you talking to?
When she finds out it's her, she's, like, floored.
I'm the hot girl. Me is.
I love that. Me is.
That's very Abby. Me is.
So Abby.
I need to call my mom.
I know. I thought that was so
Would
funny.
you call your mom?
No.
If someone calls you hot?
No, that's, like, not call-worthy. Would you?
To Abby it is. I would not call my mom. I would also look behind me.
Even if he was clearly talking to you?
Yeah, like, I related to what she said. Like, she's like, I'm cute, but you guys get it.
That was wonderful. Because then the whole bar was like, no.
I'm self-aware, you know?
No, yo, so.
Yeah.
Yeah, so Abby finds out when she wants to call her mom that she lost her phone. Which is bad because then, oh my gosh, she's going to be one of those hot girls who doesn't text back.
Who actually doesn't text back. And she's into Ben because Ben is good looking.
Yeah, and he called her hot.
He called her hot.
So, like, they're obviously soulmates. And they connected over the dial tone. I mean, like, they've got a future together.
So she starts searching on the ground, looking for her phone, and runs into a woman on the floor.
Who's also looking for her phone, you assume? Or, like, maybe her pizza fell?
She finds pizza on the ground?
Or was it hers? I don't know, but somehow the pizza comes.
She's just, like, on the ground.
And she's definitely drunk.
Definitely drunk. She's like, yeah, I misplaced my phone. And by misplaced, I mean it falls in the toilet. Yeah.
Like, I watched it fall in the toilet. I was like, oh no. And this woman is played by Rubo Chien.
She did a great job.
Oh, she did do an excellent job playing, like, the annoying person at a bar. Abby's annoyed with her. She's like, okay, it's time to take matters into my own hands.
This is serious business.
This business is serious. She asked the bartender to turn the music off. I also love that she's like, when you put it back on, like, maybe some 90s hip hop, like, let's make it a little bit more fun. I love that.
I didn't notice that till the second rewatch. I loved it, too. Like, yes, Abby, we all want 90s music.
Yeah, 100, like, we all agree.
Yes.
Turn this off. Get some fun.
Whatever that crap is.
Yeah. We don't want it. Makes an announcement to the whole bar. Like, please look for my phone. A guy called me hot and cute, but you get it. So funny. And she wants them to link arms and sweep the bar, like, as if it were, like, a missing person.
She said that?
No, but, like...
Oh, yeah, then I guess
it is. How they, like, do missing... It's 100% like that.
I mean, it's an efficient way to search a bar.
Is. Unfortunately, nothing is found.
She wants them to keep searching, but...
Yeah, that...
no bites.
The guy who just shuts her down is played by Birch Harms. He's just like, no, we're done. Like,
you had your moment.
You had your moment.
We've lost interest. Yeah.
And she's like, I would do it if it was your phone. I would do it. I would do it if it was someone's phone, to the point that they did it. At some point, like, if you didn't find it. Everyone in the bar.
They all looked, which I think is impressive. And if you can't find it, it's not there.
Also, to be fair, do you remember when we were out and I had that guy's credit card? It fell. And we literally could not find it. We did find it, but it disappeared.
It literally disappeared.
I looked panicked for a minute because it was not mine.
I thought it was lost.
I was like the middleman in the situation. Mm-hmm. And like 2-second panic. It felt like that.
That is true. I forgot about that.
Abby, I guess, has just accepted her lost phone. Ilana is living large with Tyler at her apartment.
I thought it was creepy when he walked in and said, "Do you have roommates?" Why are you asking that?
And then he found out.
Because he got naked.
Yeah.
Yeah. Alana's so chill about it, and I would feel uncomfortable.
But also, like, you saw her
and
whole
she told
thing at
him.
the bar.
Yeah.
Like, I think it was very clear. I don't know. I mean, he could have been a creeper.
That's what I mean.
That's it.
Like, no, their intentions. That part, yeah, they know what they're there for.
Yeah.
But for her to be like, yeah, no one's here, and, like, he's not coming back anytime soon. Like, he's with his grandma.
Yeah.
I would build in something like, he's going to be here and he's a police officer.
And he has mace, and my neighbors have mace. Which we know they do. Mm-hmm. I mean, I honestly didn't even think about that until more like the end, like the next morning. But, like, I wouldn't do that. Like, for me, I would be concerned about safety, for sure.
Yeah. But he does seem like the perfect guy for Ilana.
Oh, I mean, you find out he literally is.
Bisexual. Into that, Ilana doesn't shave.
Yes.
Chiseled.
Yes.
Got like a 12-pack.
And that penis is pink!
Loved that. So into it.
No, this is literally, like, truly her dream.
All of her dreams
have come true.
Lift me up, lift me up.
Yes. I know she starts singing and then it's like, lift me up. Like, I love that. I feel like she just expected him to do it.
Mm-hmm. I think Lincoln would have.
Oh, I think Lincoln 100% would have. Yeah, maybe she's used to a different
kind of guy.
Standard.
They're now, like, in bed.
Yeah.
And he's like, can I take a break? Like, go down on you for 45 minutes?
Don't let society change you. Ilana's obviously loving life.
I feel like she wears that sports bra a lot.
Okay, I noticed the same thing. I thought the same thing when I saw that as well.
Yeah, the little crisscrossy thing in the front.
Maybe she has, like, multiple different colors, but I think so too. But they also do that in the show, which I appreciate.
Yeah.
Like, rewear clothes.
Oh yeah, nothing against that.
Like, people... No, but yeah, maybe it's one of her faves.
It seems like it. And they wake up in the morning, and Ilana starts calling Abby.
Yeah, a bunch of times.
And leaves... Actually, I don't know if she just gets Abby's voicemail.
Yeah.
And she's worried that something happened to Abby, because she might have gone home with that guy last night.
Yeah. And Ilana told her to. And she doesn't have street smarts like Ilana.
She doesn't have street smarts or the upper body strength.
I love the upper body strength because that was like a callback. It felt like a callback to the lockout when Abby couldn't do the pull-up to get into the fire escape.
Nice. Yeah. I didn't put that together. I love how Ilana, is like, I've got street smarts.
As she leaves some random dude to just, like, lock up. That's when I was like, oh my god, what are you doing?
I know. Well, does she have so much smarts that she's like, he's not going to rob me? She can read him. I would never.
You still don't know. I mean, even if you get good vibes, you don't really know. But I think it's just like, I guess if you think you have them, you got the confidence, and that's half the battle. Did you notice, though, that she had collage on her like closet door, and there was a Lil Wayne on it with a bubble that said "Sup, baby girl."
Love that. So our Wayne, a little Wayne counter.
I do think it was petite Wayne. It's like not necessarily the best view, but
okay, because our little Wayne counter has been null for a while. This time,
honestly, if we got to get a little magnifying glass up in Ilana's room, I'm sure we could find a few. And I do feel like I don't know if this was in before the boobs, the wall boobs. Had those been there before?
I think we just haven't seen much of her room.
We haven't, because I feel like this was the first time I noticed it, and I think that it was in part of like an improv sketch that she did in real life, or like a sketch comedy show.
At UCB, that's right. And were they framed at this point?
No, I think they framed them later to show that she's growing. Yeah. There is a hack into Broad City episode, which are the little webisodes they do when, along with the Comedy Central ones where they're Skyping, where she's like cleaning, and I think Abby's like chewing gum, and Ilana hates that she's chewing gum. It like makes her feel like sick, like she's like gagging.
Oh.
But like the whole time she's like cleaning the boobs.
That sounds great. I need to watch these.
Yeah, you do. They're really funny. And then it feels just like you got extra Broad City that you didn't know about.
Well, Ilana's just like beside herself because Abby's not answering. She decides to go search for Abby.
Oh wait, really quick. Tyler does invite Ilana to his show that night.
That's right.
Yeah.
At 8 p.m. Doesn't say what kind of show.
No.
Just a show. When Ilana is like calling Abby a bunch and like can't get a hold of her, it reminded me of when Hope and Adam went on their first date.
Oh.
Because I was roommates with Hope, and I like sent her out, like I saw her go, and they were just gonna do dinner. And I also had plans that night, so she left before me, and then I do my plans. I come back. It's like 10:30. She's still not home.
Like 6.
Okay.
She's still not back, but I'm like texting her, calling her, no answer. I'm getting really concerned. It becomes like midnight.
Yeah.
I can barely keep my eyes open, so I fall asleep, and she comes in at like 1 a.m. So she was okay. Always an element of concern for women in dating is like their safety.
Yeah.
And like for me not to hear from her, I was getting nervous. I was like, she's probably fine because like Adam has seemed normal up till now, but she was okay.
Good.
But it took me back to that moment.
You related.
I related.
I also love that she's like, I'm going to be so pissed if you're dead.
How could you do this to me?
Yeah. She would not be doing well.
No. They have a codependent relationship. They need each other.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
For sure.
You know, she is going hard to try to find Abby.
Oh, I mean, she's calling Lincoln. She tells him to check the local news because they only cover rapes and murders.
Which seems kind of like a reactive approach.
Yeah. I mean, I think at this point, she's convinced that she has died. Because she's, like, running down the street, like, yelling Abby. Like, I feel like
I love that part.
Her mind has been made up.
She said, Abby's not answering her phone, so I'm pretty sure she's dead.
Yeah. Honestly, that probably is their relationship. It's probably very rare for people to not answer their phones.
Yeah, because they're always talking.
Lincoln is at a dog shelter when she calls him, and I love when she's like, just buy a dog. He says, Ilana, I can't inflict upon a dog the crazy life of a dentist.
And we now have solid proof that he's definitely a dog person.
Oh, yeah.
It's a little uncertain with those nicknames he gave the dogs in those previous episodes, but no, he loves.
He loves dogs.
He loves dogs. Yeah, I love that too. I mean, honestly, that's a really fair concern not to get dogs, and I think more people need to consider that.
Yeah, I mean, I have a lot of friends, I feel like, who have said, like, they want a dog, but they just couldn't right now because they're just not home enough. Yeah.
Yeah.
And it isn't, I mean, it's not nice if they're, like...
in a crate all day.
Yeah.
Yeah. It is.
Even if they're just in a house and they can't get outside at all, and, you know, like, you want to make sure you're around enough.
They're well cared for.
Yeah.
Yeah. So Lincoln's very considerate in that way.
Yes.
But Ilana just hangs up on him.
Yeah. Panicking, running down the street, screaming Abby.
Abby!
I really loved when she, like, stumble runs into the apartment just, like, sobbing, like, cry, like,
yes.
to cry. That is
her run.
That's, like, a little gif or
oh, yeah.
I love that one.
Mm-hmm.
I feel like I used that one.
It was so good. She's like, I'm almost there. But she's so upset about what the result could be. In that run, it's all conveyed.
She knocks on the door. Abby just answers. She's like in a sweatshirt. I clearly just woke up. Like, what's the issue?
But like, okay, here is a potential flaw with this story.
Okay.
Because wouldn't Abby know Ilana would be concerned if she hasn't heard from her?
Yeah. Okay.
And they Skype on their computers.
That's what I was wondering because I would assume they have this by now. Like, you have text messages on your computer.
Yeah, I think that was the thing back then.
Yeah, so, like, she could have just gotten on the computer and texted Ilana.
Yeah, texted her or Skyped her just to be a heads up.
Yeah.
Abbi should know, odds are Ilana's gonna freak out.
Because when I was in college, I was at a conference, and I, like, pressed, this was when the iPhone still had, like, the buttons. I, like, pressed the little button thing.
Home button.
Yeah, and my phone just, like, went black with, like, lines down the middle, and just, like, would never turn on again. And I was in DC, like, I wasn't at school, and so I, like, had to like, message, like, I emailed my mom, I emailed, like, my sisters, I think I emailed my roommate, I was like, hey, like, contact my mom, like, because I didn't have, and I also was like, I'm on their plan, but I wasn't, like, a main member of their plan.
So you couldn't, without them there?
I kept having to call my mom, and then they kept having to go. It was just, like, a mess, and I felt that.
Did they figure it out?
Yeah, they did. I just got it. I had to get a new phone.
Yeah.
But
rough.
I felt that. I was like, get on your computer. Email away.
So, obviously, Abbi's alive. And then Ilana tells her, oh, like, you can Find My iPhone. Find me your phone.
I did notice she said find my phone and not find my iPhone. Do you think that was it? Like, they probably would have had to pay Apple.
Like, maybe they couldn't say.
Yeah. But then I do wonder, because their computers are clearly Apple.
That's a good point. I don't know. Maybe she's just, like, because I know they're not super sticklers about, like, getting the exact words correct. So maybe they're just like, yeah, like, we get what you mean.
Yeah.
I don't know. Yeah, I didn't catch that. That's a good point.
Yeah, when they find the phone, it's in Harlem.
Yeah, they see it on the map that it's in Harlem.
And then it very quickly moves.
Well, I like that they're like, great, yeah, let's go to Harlem. No problem. And then it moves to the Upper East Side.
They're horrified. I loved that.
Me too.
They're like, must we go?
Yeah. Yeah, and honestly, like, when they get there, it looks horrible.
Yeah, it does. It also is great. They say it's a horrible, vapid wasteland, but then there is the Museum Mile in the Upper East Side.
What?
So the Museum Mile in New York, it's just like where there are a bunch of museums.
Oh.
So it's funny. It's like they're like, oh, it's a horrible, vapid wasteland, and then some tourist comes in asking where the Met is, because it's like all of this like museum and culture, but it's like a horrible. But yeah, the people who clearly lived there were.
And tsunami's fine.
Just
as long as it doesn't go safe.
And that's my 10th horse that's died this year. I've had to replace 10 horses.
10 horses.
My question is, what are you doing to the horses?
Yeah, I know.
You treat, like, something's happening.
Yeah. Doesn't seem like concern. Right?
You're taking advantage of those horses.
And maybe they deserved it. Horses can take advantage of people.
Jesse's not a fan of horses.
Horses aren't a fan of me.
Okay.
And therefore, they know I don't know what I'm doing. They take advantage of me.
So you didn't mind the thing about the dead horses?
No, I clearly did. Okay, anyways, she does come up to them afterwards, but at first you just see the tourists in the background, like, looking confused.
Oh,
as Abbi and Ilana. Yeah, and you can see her visor, and I really loved that. And then she comes up and talks to them, so you clearly see her. But I kind of liked just if she would have stayed in the background and just, like, looks confused. And clearly, like, Abbi and Ilana are in, like, normal everyday clothes, and this lady's, like, sneakers, visor.
Like, tourist. I loved the visor. Excellent touch. The tourist is played by Katina Coraro, and the three women we hear chatting about their uppity lifestyle, I suppose. The first one was Mary Goggin. That was the Cornell comment. Second one about the tsunami is Diane Love. And the third one about the horses is Susan Jeffries.
Love.
Yes, they all did excellent.
I wonder, were they offended in this storyline? I mean, clearly not. Like, do they live in the Upper East Side? I'm just curious about their story, because they're playing into people who live in the Upper East Side, and I wonder, like, how do they feel about that personally?
Yeah. I mean, do you think there probably are some people who like that? Like, obviously they're getting made fun of, but, like, some of it, like, a lot of that would be just about, like, status.
Yeah.
It is interesting because a lot of shows and movies have filmed in the Upper East Side because it has, like, really nice architecture and stuff. So I like that there's a show where they're kind of like, this isn't like the real New York.
Yeah.
Like, this isn't where people live. Like, these houses are millions of dollars. Like, the average person doesn't live there. And kind of showed like a different side of it, which we've already talked about. Like, they do well. Like, they live in apartments that they look like they could afford and like rewear their clothes. You know, it's not like this all about glamour and like luxury, which some shows are.
Yeah.
More about like New York specifically.
That's a great point, because it wasn't until I knew someone who lived in New York who said, like, yeah, no one goes to Times Square.
Yeah.
And I realized, and like looking back now, it's like obvious, you know, it's a very touristy spot. But for them to show it in a TV show, like you're saying, I don't think that is shown very often, and it is like refreshing.
Yeah.
But they still decide to get a caricature,
which was wonderful. I hope one of them got to keep that. Or like maybe it'll be shown in a later episode.
It's going to be hung up in one of their rooms.
In Ilana's.
It's in Ilana's.
Shocker!
Shocker!
Yeah, you should also let Ilana brings back IRL. You should wear a ballroom
IRL. I know, I love that callback.
And then Ilana's a baby. Like Abby's holding baby Ilana.
I would have expected Ilana to hold Abby.
I think Ilana wants to be cradled.
Wants to be held.
Yeah. But I do wonder, like, I bet that Abby, or Ilana specifically, said, like, do it like this.
Right. Like, I'm sure she's the one that put Abby in the ball gown. Like, directed the drawer.
Yeah, I would imagine.
It is great.
It is wonderful. I'm really glad that it stays in it. Good work, Abby and Ilana.
Yeah, so they get to the caricature. Am I saying that correctly?
Yeah.
Caricature.
Yeah.
And they're walking.
Oh my gosh, Jessie, we should draw caricatures of each other.
It's gonna look like a third grader's drawing if I do it.
Let's do it. It'll be a fun activity.
Okay.
Yes.
We'll put it on our Instagram.
Yeah.
We need more people to follow our page.
The handle is
Broad City Broads Pod.
Boom.
Follow us now.
Please.
We'll play some hold music while you do it. Okay, great. Now that you're following us, you will see that exclusive content. Now they're walking in a park, and this is Sheep Meadow in Central Park.
This is the Central Park.
Yes. Not the one I confused with. That's Washington Park. It's very hard to distinguish.
Yeah.
The plan is Ilana's going to call Abby's phone, and they're going to see if they can hear it vibrating.
Yes. Which, no way.
Well,
the ringer was
the way Abby gets around that is she fake falls and face plants into someone's bag.
And then, like, looks in it, kind of.
Feels it.
Yeah.
And is like, sorry, like, used to have a bag that looked just like this.
Yeah, and then she pulls up her bag, which looks nothing like it.
Yeah. But that's a great, like, we talked about her physical comedy. This episode has a lot of that, I feel like.
Mm-hmm.
That was hilarious.
Yeah, that was wonderful.
But then they go to plan B.
Yeah, that did not work. Alana's plan B is take her shirt and bra off and just dance around.
Do some high kicks.
Oh, I love the high kick. And
some
like,
lunges.
Or like move.
She's like, this is happening.
Were wonderful. Does not cause a stir.
No.
At all. They're wondering why, and there's a woman hula hooping who's been there for hours. Yeah. The same thing. The hula hooper was played by Mimi Fisher, and the park dude was played by Morgan Phillips.
Who's the park dude?
The guy who's like, this chick's been here for hours.
Even though their efforts are for naught, they see that the dot has moved over the water. And I knew you would love this line.
What are we following? Like some sort of duck? One of the highlights.
I knew you would love that.
Yeah, I love it.
It's very good. It's a fair question, honestly.
It is.
It really is. I think I might have mentioned that I've lost my phone before, and I did find my iPhone. And it was also over water in San Francisco. But...
Did you run into a drunk tourist eating pizza on the ground?
No.
Prior to the phone loss? Oh.
No. That's where I went wrong, I guess.
Yeah.
Yeah. But so then we jump to Abby and Ilana being on the Bow Bridge in Central Park. And I love when Abby says, we live in an ugly city of monsters.
Yes. with the beautiful background.
Zoom out, and it's so beautiful.
So beautiful, and you hear all the birds chirping.
I didn't know that was a place in New York. It's so picturesque.
Yeah.
People canoeing, got the bridge.
So much fun.
So much fun. It moves again. And now we're seeing, this is interesting because I didn't notice this before, but this transition is like taxis, Statue of Liberty magnets, like very different vibe of New York. Like,
yes.
I didn't realize that we hadn't seen any taxis before.
You hadn't seen any taxis?
I mean, there were like trillions.
Yeah. Okay,
And
like maybe like one or two, but yes, no, yeah, for sure.
Like full. And I'm like, another, to your point of like, this part of New York looks different.
Yes.
People do taxi instead of subway.
Yeah, totally. And that's really nice. I did notice with the magnets, it was like telling you we're going into tourist land. Yeah, that was a good transition. I love that they're walking up, and then it's like they turn the corner and realize that they're at Times Square when you think they realize they're in Times Square, and they are horrified.
Yeah, we can't go in here, dude.
Yeah.
It's disgusting.
And then the phone dies. Or it disappears.
They lose the dot.
Yeah.
And I love that Abby's not upset about losing the phone. She's upset that she'll never get to talk to Ben.
Yes. She's a dreamer. You gotta give her that. She has plans.
Oh, she jumps ahead like she always does.
I mean, she's
always saying him.
Yeah, she's like saying goodbye to him.
She's like, even when I'm married to someone else, I'm gonna think of him, and it's gonna break us apart
immediately or throughout.
Oh my gosh,
so good.
I think it's easy for us to do that in situations.
Oh, 100%.
Yeah, but it's not. I would be upset that I lost my phone.
I would be more upset about the phone. I just feel like it's really hard to like live your life today without a phone.
Yeah.
I mean, like I have even like work stuff with like you know like second verification and stuff, like using phone number. Like,
well, you would keep the same phone number.
I know, but you'd have to like reset up all
the
stuff. Like it would be tough.
Yeah, well, if you lose your phone, if your phone's not working, it's like then how do you navigate to the place like this phone store?
Yeah.
You don't have a phone to get you there. Like there's so many things you forget about that.
Yeah.
And then it's like, well, what is this information? It's like, shoot, well, I can't look it up because that would be on my phone.
It actually is. So I was traveling recently, and I've never done this. I left my phone in the Uber.
That's horrible.
I was alone. I was by myself, and I was like going to get a rental car. So I was at like the rental car place, and I like looked at the guy, and I was like, I left my phone, and he was like, oh. But I had my SIM in it, so my number wasn't even my number.
And you didn't know it.
And I didn't know it.
Yeah.
Like I feel like I had like I'd like taken a picture, but I didn't like write it down. And then I was like, the only numbers I know are my mom and my dad. So then like,
yeah.
But then I did think, and I called my WhatsApp, which was my regular number. So it worked out. It was totally fine. But it was like, that was my moment where I'm like, oh my God, every reservation I have for everything is on this.
Phone. Yeah.
When I was going to be meeting a friend like later in the week, I'm like, I don't know his number. Right. He'll be contacted. Like there was so. I like went through the whole list in my head.
It's completely different when you're in a different country because it's just like.
Yeah, but I was like, this is like I didn't even know how to. It would have been
really
unfortunate.
Bad.
Yeah.
Yeah. I'm glad you got it. Good call on the WhatsApp.
Thank you. And then as Abby's trying to have a really lovely moment, honoring her time with Ben, because they'll always have that beer, right? It was fun. Some woman slams into her, like on purpose.
Yeah. For sure.
Yells at them, you yummy trash.
I understand why this woman bumped into them.
Who knows? She's annoyed. Saw pee out in the world. Maybe she thought they were tourists.
I mean, she must have been a tourist, though, if she was up there.
She did not give me tourist vibes. She gave me she lived there vibes. Tax the rich! Maybe she was also upset that she had to be in Times Square.
Maybe it's like the, I'm walking here.
Yeah.
New York trophy thing.
Yeah, I don't think a tourist would like run into someone on purpose and like scream at them.
Unless they're just looking at their map or something like clueless.
But she felt
and very intentional.
Yeah.
Because Abby was not like blocking the sidewalk or anything.
No.
You could easily navigate around her.
Yeah, you could see there was not that. Like, it was obviously a lot of people this time there, but there was room. Yeah, Abby and Ilana get in it though, too, though. They fight, they yell back. They fight back.
Oh, well, Abby's just like, what?
feel like they're like, screw you.
Oh.
Like Ilana does.
Okay.
I would need to look back, but I do think they're like,
Yeah.
they fight back. They're not
Yeah.
going to let it stand.
Yeah. Well, I think Ilana's a little relieved that they lost the dot because she wanted to go to Tyler's show anyways.
And she knows he's the drummer.
He's probably in a band. He's probably the drummer.
Yeah. A boy band. She's like, yeah, you lost your phone and Ben, but like, he's in a boy band, so like, it evens out.
She said that?
No, she didn't. But like, she was like, I mean, he's in a boy band, so.
She has no reason, nothing to go off of except it's a show.
Yeah.
Her perfect guy, so. He's probably a drummer.
I mean, when she said that, I'm like, I could see him being a drummer.
Oh, yeah. Who doesn't want to be a drummer? I wanted to be a drummer.
Oh. Not musical.
I mean, not really me either.
You could still be a drummer. I believe in you.
I did play a cajon, which is like a box drum.
Okay.
And I was decent at that.
I think you'd say you're a drummer.
Okay, Ilana. I would love to claim that, but...
No, you got this. We're going to make it happen.
One day.
Hey, Petite Waynes, we're running a little bit long, so we're just going to make this the end of part 1 and then release part 2 in 2 weeks. And don't forget to follow us at Broad City Broads Pod on Instagram and TikTok, and email us any questions at broadcitypod@gmail.com.
Thanks.
Thank you.
Au revoir, Petite Waynes.
Special thank you to our friend Elena for designing our logo.
And to the Nicknames and Jeremiah the 5th for letting us use their song, You're Smokin', You're Trippin'.